Hello folks and welcome to a brand new video by me, Tactical Mac 7 on YouTube. This is a Mac Tactics and today we're looking at the 352. This is an update to the 352 I put out a while ago, just a post-patch, changing a few things, tweaking a few things and just making it work a little bit better. You'll know from the patch notes that the EA released that they changed the way that back 3s and back 5s work, and they've made sure the centre backs spread out a little bit more. How do we circumvent that? Well, we make sure that our centre backs are fast. We make sure that our centre backs are agile. I know you're saying that I've got Ledley King and Van Dijk in here, so not too agile, but agile enough. And we make sure we've got two CDMs that can do a little bit of everything. They can be defensive if we need them to be defensive, and they can play passes, both medium, short. Both medium and short? Yeah, medium and short is pretty much all we're going to do with these guys. Although Pirlo, we will drop balls in. And you can see the play style. This would have been amazing post-patch, pre-patch. The long ball play style. It's still good. Like, it really is still good. But when you're a player who has like long passing 99, short passing 99, vision 99, like the passing with this card is great. But Patry still, for such a cheap card, she's still great. I know I've got a shadow on her, but I could really boost her passing because she's got 83 vision, 90 short passing, 93 long passing. But just having that boost in defense and pace just mean that the two of these two guys, they just form a really nice defensive wall in front of our back three. And the reason that we have a defensive wall is because we're going to grab these guys first and we're going to try and defend with these guys, and it'll be our last ditch defending we'll do with our centre backs. Our two wingers, well, our winger and our inside forward, Swanson and Rodman, they're not going to do an awful lot to help us. There's definitely a massive shift with how EA set that up. So we just allow that to happen. We allow them to be more offensive. And we make sure this five at the back are the five that are defending. Which means King and Van de Veen, they'll go wider. And Pirlo and Patry have to plug those gaps. That's what we do. So let's get in and show you it. So there's the 352, still aptly named 352. There's a code if you want to pause it now and just take that. We've changed from counter and high to short passing and balanced, and a part of that is the way I'm now playing. High depth is still really, really usable and still very usable with this formation, but you will get countered a little bit more, so just be aware of that. I'm just keeping it on balanced, and I'm keeping this on short passing because I want to pull those triangles together for passing. In our player roles, we have Poacher and Advanced Forward, again, kept them, and Shadow Striker. So these three I feel it work well together. Because we're a little bit more lighter in attack, I feel like having your cam on a Shadow Striker pushes them right through the middle and they make some wonderful late runs. And if you can catch them correctly with a through ball, a driven through ball, or an over-the-top through ball, you score some really, really satisfying goals with them. You like that. I like it as well. Rodman is on inside forward, and what I noticed with this is right mid inside forward is coming really far infield at times, really far infield. So just bear that in mind. Swanson with the winger role, she gets forward, but she stays wider. Pirlo on deep line playmaker defend, and Patry on holding defend just fits in with their play styles and how I want each of them to play. My defensive midfielder and my more playmaker midfielder. All three defenders are now just on defend and defend. With the change in the way that the gaps are, I felt Stopper was just using too much stamina and the fitness was just suffering from it. So I've taken Stopper off. Goalkeeper is still on goalkeeper and defend. You can play superkeeper though if you want. And that's it with the ball. So you can see that our team is wider down the right. If I can grab Swanson, because Swanson gives me the width here. On the left, I'm not getting. Oh, sorry, on the right, I'm not getting the same amount of width. On the left, I get a lot of width. So I typically, the footage you're going to see, I'm probably attacking more down the right. But if you attack down the left and you cross the ball in to the back post, you will end up having Rodman, Smith, and Patelis all in really good positions. So it's a nice three that you get into the box at the back post. So from like the penalty spot to the back post, you're getting lots of options up there. It's really quite nice. But you can see across the midfield line, there is a distinct split in the team between defensive and attack. And that's kind of what I was going for, with Swanson and Rodman being the linking players. You can see from the activity map, I don't really use this anymore. ever since I did that video on the 4-4-2, I've just been kind of like, doesn't mean anything. You can see there that the team is a little funny shape, but that's it. Without the ball, we'll fall back into this position, and Rodman and Swanson will drop back, but not as far as they used to. And with the ball, we're a little bit more broken up, so we can play. We've got more interesting passes basically to make, more interesting triangles appearing around the pitch, and that's kind of what we were looking for from this one. So I'll let you get into it. I'll let you get into it. I'll let you get in and see some footage of me playing. Only a couple of matches. Getting people to stay was really difficult this week. Everyone seems to want to quit. I think everyone's having that post Ballon d'Or loan fatigue. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment, and let me know how you got with this one. And let's get into some game. Right, let's get into the gameplay. Play an invisible team, so I just went past it because it was annoying. Invisible team. How many times do we get that? So we start off, go back to Pirlo, do a nice wee skill move. We roulette, and then we get the ball down the line. With the 3-5-2, you're going to have options in the middle, but I typically go down the line. I think that's a thing. Lovely wee thingy dribbling, LB dribbling, and like I'll go back there because it's when I pick up the ball here. I have options. I can go through that gap into Morgan, but Morgan's slightly offside. I've got Rodman who makes a run through that gap, so I could play a through ball through there. So my opponent has a decision to make. You can see he's still holding on to, I think that's Rodri there. Yeah, Rodri. So he has to make a decision at this point. Does he switch, or does he try and tackle me with Rodri? Now, I think it was Centurion's Rodri, so there's more of a chance of him catching me with that one, but still not a great chance. So as we play on, we see at this point, he's not switched, which I find incredible. Like, that kind of level of AI dependency is mental. If this is what you're doing at this point, like, I am one-on-one against your backline. If you're not controlling a central defender in this moment, you're not gonna tackle me. And that's what I kind of picked up on. I was just watching this and seeing it didn't move, so I thought, right, I'm just gonna dribble right the way through. And then here, so now he's tried to switch, but he's picked up his other CDM. So at no point has he picked up a central defender or a fullback. And I just waltzed right the way through the middle. Like, that's the way this game is. And I was never going to miss from there. So please be aware of that. You have to know when to select your centre backs. There is always a point. So we get going again. He's sending players in a... No, I didn't send a player on stand up. So he's utilised in the middle. He's trying to find a wee space. And that bit there... this is a problem I found with the 3-5-2. Here, you see my two central defensive midfielders are really narrow. And you can see this is what I was talking about with the change. Look at the distance between my centre back and my right centre back. Because my inside forward is still high up the pitch, he's gone wider. Now, that's why I wanted to have a winger on the other side, because this central defender stays a little bit. I mean, that's a manageable gap. That's not a manageable gap. And that's why you need to use these guys in the 3-5-2. So he's playing about and he gets a wee bit of space here. He tries to sprint through, but again, I'll go back. I feel like I'm going back quite a lot, but I want to just be really clear. Watch what I do with Pirlo. I am not running. I'm not making a beeline towards him. I am running into the space that he's going to be. You can see that my controller is pointing this way. Don't run to the ball. Run to where the ball will be. Now you can take the ball. Get it to my cam. Lovely through ball. Morgan gets onto it. I have to tick back. I should have just hit it. 5-star weak foot. I never should have cut back. But sometimes I do these things just to keep people in the game. Because if I'm 2-0 up in 6 minutes, people normally quit. Which is a bit annoying. So we're just recycling the ball. We're utilising the shape. We can see here. Now, go back in. Yep, so you can see here, even though we have the ball, the big change in this 3-5-2 is that the two CDMs will stay back. So you have a back five, and it's just about using these guys in the right way. And if you're a 3-5-2 player or a 3 at the back player, you'll know how to use your CDMs or your centre mids to supplement your 3 centre backs. Your 3 centre backs will get pulled out of position a little bit. That's just the way EA have changed it with the update. I think they'll dial it back a little bit in the next one. But you see how high up the pitch my wingers get, even though they're midfielders. They act a bit like wingers. So we lose the ball, but Pirlo picks it up, drops back into space there again. We whip the ball to the back post, header down. We don't get it. Alexia picks up the second ball and finds a wee bit of space, knocked past the post. So from the corner, we're going to grab our target man, which is Van Dijk. We are going to put 3 bars of power on. Didn't see. And Van Dijk's going to power the header. Aerial plus. And that's us 2-0 up. And he quits. So, second game. Invisible Team 2. I was like, what's going on? So we get started. We get the ball to Pirlo. We do our wee skill move. Cut back. Make a wee bit of space. We're watching what he's doing. He's grabbing, I think it was Rodri again. We get through with Rodman. We put a lovely little chip ball over the top to Smith. We flick it up. We thought, what was that? Then we do this. Not quite sure how I did that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Really, I just wanted to flick it up and try and do a power shot because I said to someone I would try and do it in a video to show them. So I messed that up. So there, we're just covering with Van Dijk. We're not committing, and he eventually plays the ball right to us. Rodman getting down the line well. We stop. We're looking for something. We don't mean that pass. Got to be honest, but it worked out quite well for us. But the shot's blocked. And then bounced off my head. Then he paused it. And I was like, oh, this is weird. Paused. Why is he pausing? So we're watching, looking at his team. 4-2-3, 4-2-1-3, very popular. We see our heat maps, all the positions. And I was like, why are the heat maps so weird? Forgetting that we're so early in the game and basically what we're seeing is players running from kickoff to a position. I was watching this one going, why is Patelis taking all that position out on the right? That's weird. So this isn't a true reflection. So I'm just going to skip forward till we get on it again. And so we're back on the go. He might have made a fly change there. Just they might have spotted something I was doing, or he might have realised something he was doing wasn't working as he had intended it. So he made that quick wee tactical shift. So he gets forward and immediately we get ball back with Patry. We go back to King, and that's the problem of having a centre back try and make a pass into midfield at times. Lovely touch there by Morgan just to take the ball away. We protected the ball. Now, don't flag me too much. I'll show you this again. So let's first go. Oh, look at this lovely turn. Ball into Morgan, and we turn it, keeping the ball away. Now here, I'm thinking he's going to run the keeper out and I'm going to chip him to the back post. I load up the chip there. As he's moving his keeper, I change my mind and I think, oh, I'm going to have to go near post. But by this point, I've put too much power on the chip. Yes. I felt stupid. It's fine. It was stupid. So we're on the way again. Patelis putting pressure on just to win the ball back. Rodman has come right inside there, and that's a really nice example of with these play styles, these player roles, what they do. So see at this point, as Patelis has now come out into the left mid position, Rodman isn't hanging about to double up in that position. Rodman's making a beeline for the cam position because she wants to take over that role. Rodman's left mid. Patelis is now left mid. And we win the ball back, and Rodman's given us the player in the position we want there to be a player in. A lovely dink over the top, but Morgan was offside. So that's what's really nice about player roles and player IQ. They will do nice things like that. That is just a perfect example of what happens when you win the ball back early. You have a cam and 2 strikers, so if you can win the ball back quickly and catch their defence out of shape, 9 times out of 10 you'll get a goal scoring opportunity. And if you're good enough, you'll take most of them. So that's a prime example of why you want to have a fast fullback. If we watch here now, before, if we didn't have the ball, my left mid would be sitting around about there and my right mid would be sitting around about there, creating a back 5. Doesn't do that anymore. So left centre back and right centre back have to have a little bit about them. That's why I brought back in Van de Veen for this, just for this little burst of pace, just to get across and defend. And again, I didn't go for the ball, I went to the space that he was going to be in. Really important that you do that. Here we get a lovely wee spinning through ball to Morgan. And we put it across goal. We could have hit it, but we put it across goal. Sophia Smith, only 1 game left on her. And that's it. That was over. So 2 fairly quick games, but lots to unpack in those games. Lots of good little plays. Lots of questionable decision making by me, I'm going to be honest. But some really good defending by me, which I don't normally get a chance to say. So it's nice to be able to highlight the good points of defending that I've done. And hopefully you guys can mimic that and do that kind of really nice preemptive defending that I was doing there. In terms of your attacking with this team, you've seen how a lot of the play comes down the wings and then very quickly switches inside. But you've got that lovely combination of cam and 2 strikers. And I just love that in this game this year. That's why I like the 4-1-2-1-2-2. And I love the 3-5-2. Both fantastic formations. 3-5-2 is a little bit more niche, a little bit more taking your time to get used to. However, it is overall more versatile because it instantly gives you that width that the 4-1-2-1-2 doesn't. So if you like the 4-1-2-1-2 or the 4-1-2-1-2-2, you probably will like this. It just takes a wee bit of time to get used to. 3 backs are a lot more difficult to use now, not going to lie. But if you've got nice pacey defenders in those positions, you'll be absolutely fine. So give us a go and like, subscribe and comment because you guys are amazing. And let's get into the last bit, my thoughts and feelings. Yeah, I like that. Let's get into that. So there you go. That was the gameplay. That's how we got on. You've seen the 2 games, shorter than I would have normally liked, but some nice passing moves. You've seen some defending. You've seen the way the team kind of lined up and moved. You've seen how Rodman moved from the outside to inside in that inside forward role well. So there's definitely a buff to that kind of role since post-patch. You also seen how King was really wide. You've seen Van de Veen having to make a big tackle as the last line, quite high pitch, even though we're unbalanced. You've seen the positions that especially Pirlo was taking up, really nice for that deep line playmaker, making himself available for the ball all the time. You've seen Patelis making those bursting runs through into the box. And obviously seen Morgan doing what Morgan does, scoring goals. Sophia Smith, down to her last game. I need to make a decision whether to buy the gold card or I don't know. I think I could probably get another player in. Yeah, I'll do something. I could bring Dunn. No, I can't bring Dunn in. I don't know. We'll see. Stick this one in the locker for Weekend League or for playing in Rivals. And give it a wee go. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. Hopefully you guys took a wee bit of a rest after the loan gate and are refreshed and ready for another crack at a more normal Weekend League. Fingers crossed anyway. Right. Remember, only play this game while it's fun. If it stops being fun, go play something else. There's plenty out there at the moment to play. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.